All right. Hey, everybody. Give me 1 sec. It's been a chaotic morning for me. I hope everybody's doing okay. I had the game. Oh, I shut it down. This is what happens when you are not prepared to stream. Kind of forgot about it as I was running around doing a bunch of other stuff today. But I did test the game, make sure that it was going to play. 1 sec while I bring that up. See if the game capture is going to actually work here. What are we doing here? Is it taken? There it goes. There we go. I think I need to adjust the audio really quick before we start. It seems like it's really high. All right, back to it. Let's test that. Yeah, that looks like it's a little better. Thanks, Steven. Yeah, it's not that. I just, got a lot of different little things going on. Lost track of time.
Night has fallen and you're weary from travel.
Oh.
Stars fill the sky above, and in front of you is a brightly lit wooden house, the only building you've seen for days.
That's good narration. It sounds great. I'm assuming this is kind of a western-y type thing here, considering that setup scene. All I did was start the game, make sure it was going to run properly on my machine, so I have no clue as to what this is or what we're going to see. That was really cool, though. I liked the artwork. That kind of, really good atmosphere already. I agree. It was that's really nice. So, what is this, like a choose your own adventure here? Oh, where'd my mouse go? What? What? Hang on. What? What? This is strange. I can't. Did it go absorbed by OBS? What's going on here? No response. Okay, we got to start it again. I'm not sure. Like, I have no controls. It's not responding to anything. Oh, there it goes. That was really strange. All right. Anyway, Sky, yeah, I agree. There's good atmosphere. Good. The narration's fantastic. That guy, if he's supposed to be our narrator, he's a great actor, great voice actor. All right. Like I said, know nothing about it. The artwork implies that it's going to be a western, and I think we got that already from the poker, right? The shuffling of the cards. Interesting. Not sure what the feather falling on there means.
You walk toward the house, hearing the sounds of laughter and talk as you reach the door and push it open.
Yeah, that guy has a great voice. I love that guy's voice. Sound design on this is great already. Was that a wolf? Is he sitting down with a wolf? And like a raven?
You sit down and join the game. It's a cheap buy-in, and not many of the other players are very good. The lady fiddling with dice gets good cards, but has no real strategy. The man to your right seems to just hold on to the highest cards he has, regardless of suit or any consideration of matches.
Okay. Am I going to get to play poker?
The man in gray across from you, though, he's good. He already had the largest pile of coins when you bought in, and while your winnings grow quickly, you can't quite catch him.
I would like to play.
One by one, the other players leave the table, sometimes with pique or with wry humor, leaving their winnings with you or the man in gray.
Yeah, the art style is really nice. This hand-painted art's great.
Finally, it's just you and the man in gray.
Is he a wolf with
He looks
human
at you,
hands? Is that what's happening?
full of humor, and winks. Last hand?
I would like a choice. I don't like the no choice.
He deals, you draw, and look at your hand. It's good. It's great. The best hand, in fact. A royal straight flush. Spades. Aces high.
That's a little over-the-top dramatic.
But the man in gray pushes forward his whole pile. You're not sure exactly how much it is, but it's more than you've got. You can't match that.
Brandon, you're on camera, by the way.
The man in gray stops you. Now, if you like, I'll let you
I get a
wager
choice.
your word. I know you'll be good for it. Just promise you'll pay the debt, however I ask.
So I guess this is, do you trust the narrator or not, right? Because they said I had the royal flush, so... No, royal straight flush. I don't know. Okay.
The man in gray smiles. All right, then. I'll call.
Oh, I'm pulling a knife? What's going on here? What just happened? What just happened? That was... Did I lose?
Well, your luck wasn't so good, was it? That's quite the hand, but not for the game we're playing. I'm afraid you owe me. Your life, sure, but more than that, your labor.
So that was unclear what just happened. I'm assuming I lost, but that was weird.
You see, this land is built on stories. It's one big story, this country, woven of many small ones. Few of the small ones are strictly true, and the big story is mostly a lie.
This guy's another good voice actor. If it's not the same guy, it might be the same guy.
All the stories and songs and myths and legends start somewhere, with a seed. As they're told and retold and passed around, they grow and change to become the stories we know.
Yeah, I really like the audio, and I really like the sound design and the artwork and stuff, but so far we haven't really done anything, right?
To pay your debt to me, you'll be carrying stories, finding the seeds first and then spreading them, telling them onwards so they can begin gaining strength. This is no light task. Stories are heavy.
Like, I get that this is obviously going to be a narrative-based game, but I dislike having to sit and read through, like, pseudo-instructions. They're not... Right, I did sign a contract. The wolf cheated, by stealing my cards and replacing them with the tarot deck. Okay, so the wolf cheated. But still, like... I mean, does that feel good as a player? To be put in a position, like, where your choice didn't matter. That never feels good. And I get that they're trying to set up something here, but it feels like they could have done that better. Also, I don't even know what we're going to be doing. Like, they're talking about that I'm going to be doing stuff with stories, but what's the mechanic? Like, how am I going to do that? Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Most of the stories you'll find will be small seeds. They might be true, but they'll grow wild and unbelievable with the telling. The more important stories are the true ones.
But yeah,
The ones people will
Railroad
tell you
Killer,
about their
absolutely right.
own lives. those often get lost in the weaves of the big story. The more true stories you can find and tell, the more you can weave that truth into the big story. Tarnish it a bit perhaps, but isn't a dingy and battered truth better than a shining lie? Now, go ahead. You tell me a story. I'll trade you some information about your task.
We finally get to how this game works. Okay. Well, this is interesting. Okay, so we're going to be doing stuff with, I think, the tarot deck, right? So I guess I play cards to tell a story, I'm thinking. Although, we're like, what kind of... They don't tell you anything about... Anyway. Let's start with that. Tell the story of the northbound train blinking through the house with the light. It's just what kind of story you want to tell? If this affects the rest of the game. So, travel, choice, morality, heaven, desires fulfilled, wishes come true, fortune, fate, and luck, death, change, endings from beyond. Can't click anything else. There's this eye thing here. I don't know. Unclear what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm just gonna pick one of these. Let's go with travel.
Travel? That's your job. Wander from place to place, gather those stories and spread them.
Okay.
People get bored hearing the same stories over and over. But an old cliche in one state might be a rip-roaring new yarn in another.
What? Oh, I have to go through each of these to get to understand what I'm supposed to
You
be doing.
sometimes have to make choices about what kind of story you're finding. Is it a love story or a tragedy? Don't gather too many of one kind, though. This grand story needs variety.
I'm disliking this. I don't know about you guys, but I'm disliking how this is going.
Your deepest desires? Your greatest wish? Heaven? Big Rock Candy Mountain? El Dorado, the Promised Land, that place just over the ridge where they all say that the water tastes just like the sweetest wine.
Right, the fact that it took you so long to pick a story means the designers didn't do a good job easy for the mechanic information overload. Right, there are 5 dots. You have to 2 cards left to pick. Yeah, but I mean, is there
Well, I
any
don't
really
know
choice?
where that
Right,
is.
if it's 5 out of 5, I have no choice.
It's supposed to be somewhere in this country. Ask the people you meet. They're all searching for the same thing.
It obviously doesn't matter the order that you do it or anything.
I'll strip away your flesh to make the journey easier, but still you'll feel pain.
What?
Hunger, weariness, thirst, and
Will it be a
despair.
ghost?
They're all part of stories, the part not often told. And death, yes, but don't worry. As long as your task remains, you come back.
I'll also it's weird that they're like, oh,
It's
it's all
just
about
luck.
stories, and they're like,
Funny
you
how
tell a
bad
story
luck
about
seems
this
to
thing.
follow the folks who already have problems
What
aplenty.
story was it?
Well, try your luck out there in this country. See how the dice treat you. It's not all bad. You'll have to work hard, but I'll give you the gift for seeing the true shapes of people.
So as a designer, I have to question,
Not many who can do that. Go on your way, Seeker. Maybe
why
we'll meet
give me
again.
the 5 choices?
Maybe not.
And go to the trouble, right? Because you're gonna have to write those all those 5 choices, like all these dialogue outcomes, such that they would be in any order when it really didn't matter, right? Like, why wouldn't they just like go through it and just do all this? I don't know. It seems kind of weird to me.
Either way, it'll be an experience for you. I'm jealous in some ways. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Oh, now there's a mechanic. There's something I'm doing. And the skeleton. I'm obviously supposed to take that track there.
Well, I'm gonna scroll my name on the bare bones of the earth. I'm gonna
audio's too
dig
loud.
my heels into the ground. 'Cause when that very man come for to tally up my worth,
Yeah,
I won't leave
that's way too loud. There we go. Okay. All right. So it's not clear what's going on here. It's Wazda, right? I like that the way the map works and everything. This is really well done. That's really nice. Oh, the audio's the music's way too loud. Still super distracting. Like that was just way too aggressive. Okay, that's better. I can actually think now and talk. I'm not sure I don't like that I can't mouse control the camera. The audio is still really loud. It's the vocals on that track are super aggressive. But I like all this. Like the map is really artistic and nice. I'm obviously supposed to go to the thing, right? I see that they drew a nice line for me. I'm not sure what the line is. Like, is that supposed to be a railroad? Oh, I like it. It's really well done. Alright, obviously I'm supposed to go here. Normally when I play games like this, I kind of intentionally try and break them. So I would go, like, just try and wander off the map. But for now, since we're on stream, let's just get to do the things that they want us to do. So there's obviously probably a little quest here. So what do? We just run into it. Search. Space? No.
This bungalow
Yes.
is being ransacked. There's furniture piled in the front yard, ammunition heaped under the mailbox, and a crowd of clean-cut men ripping apart a car in the driveway.
A car? A car? I thought this was the Old West. Okay. Maybe it's like Depression era?
The two heavily armed, mud-caked women leaning over the porch
Hey, a
railing
choice.
share
Let's see if
the
this
same
actually
bored
makes any
grin.
difference.
One shouts at you. Lend a couple innocent gals a cigarette?
Yeah, the voice work on this is really good. And the audio stuff is good, except for the default music levels. That was really aggressive and distracting. I would prefer, I think in games like this, personally, I prefer ambient music, not like songs. Because there's just the vocals just kind of pull me out of it. All right, Apparently, I guess I have a cigarette, so I'll say sure.
You are about to hand her a smoke when those
Oh.
men draw pistols and shove you hard into the dirt. You know these girls? They demand.
Oh, look, no choice.
Once they've dumped your bag out into the road, they decide you're harmless. If you were selling booze too, you'd have a lot more cash, sneers one. On the porch behind him, the two bootleggers are fingering their empty rifles, grinning in disappointment.
How do you grin in disappointment? That's it? What? What just happened? Okay. Like, something happened, but I don't know. Should I continue following the road here? I guess I'll continue following the road. The skybox on this is really nice. I wish I could look at it more. Oh, okay. Bumper. Really? They set this up for controller too. That's interesting. I wouldn't assume that this type of game would be made for a console. It doesn't seem like a console game to me. I don't know. If it were on Switch, would you guys buy it? Like, would you assume that you could play this on Xbox or PlayStation 5, 4 or 5? I don't know. Interesting. All right, so your goal is to fulfill your obligation to the wolf by finding all... This guy says I wouldn't buy it, but I'm picky. Yeah. Well, I know that it kind of got not great reviews when it came out, which was funny because this the indie designer for this game had a very successful game before it. I don't remember off the top of my head what it was, but I do know that this was expected to do really well because his previous game had done really well, and obviously the art and the audio, like everything's really well done. But I think I can tell the flaws already in this game, and that there's so little player choice. Like, I feel like I've had nothing to do. I'm just collecting stories, like, but the stories don't give me any choice and like didn't make any difference. Well, what's the point? I don't know. Maybe when you get all the 16 stories to the wolf, maybe then it gets interesting. I don't know. Wait, so my goal is to, yes, find the 16 stories scattered all over the U.S. and trade stories with them until you earn their trust and finish their story. By having adventures, you begin to collect stories. Adventures? What kind of adventure? Was that an adventure? Didn't feel like much of an adventure to me. They'll ask you for different types of stories. Traffic, hopeful, scary, thrilling, or funny. Remember what sort of adventure you had, and you'll always know what type of story you got. Stories will grow and change as you tell them. Once you tell a story to a character, it will be out in the world. Yeah, I got all this from the wolf, right? I get that. Steven says, given the walking controls, makes sense that controllers work. Narrator is Sting? What? No. No way. They could afford Sting to do the narration? That's nuts, if that's true. Steven, where did you find that? It's to travel. He's by walking, but it's slow. You can speed your pace by whistling. Hold down the button and match the notes. Okay, so maybe there's a little mini game. That might be fun. That's nuts. That is nuts. They literally did get Sting. Wow. That's so interesting. They must have paid him a lot of money. Right? Like, well, he sounds great. He would make a fantastic voice actor. I mean, if I could afford him, I'd pay him too. Inventory. Okay. All right. Well. Okay. So you're just supposed to go around looking for stories. I can't zoom in on the map or change anything there. I don't like that. Let's go over here. Let's get this story. Let's see if maybe there's some choice. So, oh, what was it? It was hold. And... No, it's not happening at all. It's set up. Okay. No, that was H. Travel. Speed up your pace by whistling. Hold down the button and match the notes to keep your spirits and speed up. See controls for more details. Okay. But there's no controls in here, so I have to, that's on this menu. Oh, that's terrible. Hitchhike? Whistle control. Okay. They meant actual control. Wait, what? That was weird. Okay, well, I'll practice that in a second.
Off the road and into the woods, you can't help but come
That's not
across
Sting.
this package by the old tree tied to a sturdy stick.
So the wolf was Sting was the
The
wolf.
cloth wrapping conceals, though not particularly well, something large and softly unsettled. Little eyes blink back at you from inside the bundle.
Well, I mean, if I'm trying to collect stories, obviously you should say hello.
The shape gives a start.
Please don't tell my pa that I'm in here.
It says in a small voice.
Pa doesn't want to live with us anymore. But I want to go with him. Don't tell him, please. I'm hiding.
That's interesting. These, it looks like the choices are tied to, or no, I think this means leave. Is that what it's trying to tell me? If I look for his dad, it means I'm gonna go walk away, or then this is more talking to him.
You tell the boy you'll keep his secret. You don't see his father anywhere. You don't see another soul for miles.
Okay. So. What? So this is like a help menu. Okay, so this is the help menu. But where? Okay, so. Oh. Nowhere did they tell me the I was inventory. So I have some dice. These things are covered or not available to me. Oh my gosh. 2 of 237 stories. Goodness gracious. I'm not sure what these... Oh, okay. Oh, that's kind of a weird thing. That's a bug. What's going wrong with my video card? That's... Just chalk it up to the game, not me. Okay. I'm in Maine, huh? See, if I could zoom out on the map, then I would maybe be able to tell. But I can't. Oh, what? Well, this is just... Well, that's nonsensical. Oh. Okay. Can't zoom. Oh, good. Goodness gracious. Look at this. Oh, there's nothing where we are. That's too bad. Or where I am. What? That's going to take a long time. Okay. Control and left shift bring up the whistling HUD compass, and then you hit the arrow keys in that direction. While also doing WASDA? Oh, that's terrible. I can't tell if it's actually making a difference. Yes, it does. Oh, hey. Nope. It's kind of hard to do.
They don't come every year, you know. The old man is sitting at the edge of a rotting old pier, crooked legs dangling over the water. He watches a pair of seagulls preen and groom each other on a rock just off the shore.
I don't know. What do you guys think of the design so far? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. I know I've pretty much told you mine. Watch the pair of seagulls preen and groom. So if I watch the seagulls, I get more of the story. If I ask why it ends,
They seem to wait for something together, fidgeting and rubbing against one another. And when they fly off, they fly together. These two, these same two, have been coming here ever since I was a boy, the old man says. He watches them fly away until their bodies are dots vanishing into the low sun. Always the same pair. Wonder what keeps him coming back to this town.
Steven
He
says
shrugs.
pretty and a clunky interface.
Must be
Yeah.
home.
I mean, this is my problem with a lot of narrative-driven games, is that it doesn't feel like there's much going on my choices don't seem to make any difference. And that's not all games, right? Disco Elysium is definitely not that, and that's why it did so well, because it's a narrative-driven, but also your choices actually have an impact on the gameplay. This guy says it seems like you can't get invested in the story as the game falls apart entirely. Well, I don't even know if it's necessarily that. It just, I don't, like the story segments that they have, like all I got was it's a tiny little bit of a story. There wasn't even much there. And I think it's supposed to go on, right? There's supposed to be more things.
The woman walks the small town square.
Yes, I
with
did.
poise
I
of
have
Betty
played a tiny bit of
Davis,
Disco Elysium,
a confident stride,
which is great.
and
It's
inimitable
fantastic.
mannerisms elevating the sidewalk into a plush Hollywood
If you haven't played it, I
carpet.
highly recommend it, especially for those of you that
Wrapped
really like
around the
narrative-driven
neck,
games. It's
A
phenomenal.
yellow velvet ribbon, bright as an ocean sunrise.
Okay. Look, not even choice. Why?
You question a well-dressed man parked outside an oyster house. Prudish woman. I took her on a fine date, and she didn't remove so much as a ribbon. Excuse me, can you step back from the coupe? That's the spirit. You decide to seek a second opinion. You talk with a waitress smoking outside a diner. Something funny about her. Just showed up one day. Doesn't work, doesn't live anywhere far as I know. Just around. Myself, I'd love to know who made all her beautiful clothes.
I don't know. Yeah, I would love to know the designer's thoughts on why he chose this structure. Right? Because there are different ways to do, narrative-driven games. Like, and I get that the button, right, is supposed to, that is the one sort of thing that I get control over as a player here would be like the pacing of the story, but I don't know. I would love to know if his playtesting showed that people were okay with it or not, right? Because I think, like, if you gave this game to 20 people, I'm going to assume, again, I'm just assuming, but knowing what I know about people and the way they play games and like what sells on Steam and what doesn't sell on Steam, I would assume that his playtesting data would have shown him that maybe there's not player choice here, and that it's like it's actually starting to. There's a second phase where you share the stories you're collecting at a campfire. Okay, so let's try and get to that and see what's happening. I don't. Do you guys understand what's happening with the image changing? I'm not understanding that at all. Like it seems like you match up maybe the color of the artwork. It seems like to continue a story, you do this, and then I think if I asked around, it would kind of end the story.
You ask the woman if you may join her at a public bench.
You may. Lovely outside, isn't it?
So is that a full story, or am I supposed to go find other parts of their story? Or are those little vignettes, that's it? I don't know, it's super interesting. What's that? Why do I have a Z on my head? What's going on right now? What? Okay, oh, so apparently maybe there's 16 specific stories I'm supposed to get, and I have to trade in these little mini stories, right? So, like these two, I have to trade those in around the campfire. Oh, man. Why is there a Z? Why is there a Z over my head? It's the tarot suite you're picking up. Both choices give stories, but in separate categories. Interesting. And so you have to pay attention to that, apparently.
You can see storm clouds on the horizon, and you don't relish the thought of being caught wandering this rocky seaside road in the rain.
Steven, it seems like
Fortunately,
you played
you
through.
find the lighthouse
What were your
door
thoughts
open
about it?
with a daunting staircase before you.
Like overall of playing the game.
At the top of an ornate wrought iron spiral, you're breathless and feeling the strain on your knees. Rain already batters the walls outside. You can only knock on a heavy wooden door leading into the upper level. Muffled voices and light seep in beneath the door. Looks like we got a visitor. Sounds like a man's voice, deep and rough.
There's no choice here.
Well, behave yourself. I'll open the door.
Another man, this one with a higher, more sonorous voice. I always behave myself. He feigns indignation, but his tone betrays affection instead. After a moment, the door unlatches from the inside and opens. The man before you is tall and muscular, with a hint of a paunch beneath his wide chest. The heavy iron knob on the door looks nearly dainty in his huge hand. Despite the rough exterior, this room looks like a well-appointed parlor. There's a rug on the well-trod wooden floor and an enormously plush couch. And sat upon it is a stocky fellow grinning through a great hazel-colored beard. Tea? He offers, hoisting a teapot.
Okay. So basically you get to choose which category that it goes into, but what's the point of that? I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe you need to get 5 in a set, right? Like in that original story that I had to tell to the wolf, right? It was the 5 things I had to pick. Maybe that's it. And I don't think I have either one of those yet, so let's just do that one.
We manage.
The tall one sits on the sofa, casually wrapping an arm around the other lighthouse keeper.
The quiet suits us just fine.
He needs his quiet time. He's a writer. The tall one grunts.
I dabble. But you must have some good stories from the road.
You wake up the next morning on their old sofa, still warm from an excess of tea. And cakes? There might have been little cakes.
was
Prodigious
ominous.
snoring rumbles in from the floor above you, and you quietly take your leave.
All right. It said something about hitching a ride. How did that work? Let's see if we can do that. A safer way to travel is hitchhiking. Hold the hitchhike button while standing next to a road with cars on it. Not every car will stop, and they won't always carry you the full distance, but you will be safe. Hitchhike button, okay. There should have been, it would be nice if they would have just put the help and the controls and stuff into one screen. But, no, controls. Q. Q is our hitchhike. Do I have to move? Okay, yeah. I'll take the ride. I don't know that that's necessarily faster. But I guess if you... because the map is huge... Well, he took me all the way to Boston. Oh, look at that. There's more stuff. Okay. Earn money, train station, store, explore.
This city is like no other you've been to. Crooked streets splay out in a maze of narrow passages, no two alike. Soon, you find yourself in twilight, utterly lost. Bright light crests around one corner, a car approaching.
I don't remember which one I have stuff in. I think I might have something in that one.
Compelled by the cold and foreboding night, you don't question it as you drag your bones into the cab. But you realize immediately how strange the vehicle is. It's a sleek thing, like a shallow parabola gliding over the street.
I mean, the writing's great. Everything's great about this. It
Where
just
to? He asks. You have to stop and
doesn't
think.
feel like much of a game.
Eventually, you name Boston Common,
But didn't
the
play
only
it much.
landmark you know in this town.
Campfire's on the right throats the whole
He
thing with the
peels
big
off
eyes and the hourglass
silently.
root above it. Okay.
You feel the car move before you hear the engine. He takes you through
It's confusing.
ever-odder
It
streets,
feels like they didn't really
flanked by
tell me
painfully clean, gleaming
what to do. I
buildings
mean, they
and
told me
signage
what to
for
do through the
businesses you
narrative,
don't recognize.
but not through
Even
game
the
actions,
fares in glowing numbers above his dashboard. It's
which
much
is really
too
unfortunate.
high,
The artwork's
surely
great,
a
the sound
mistake.
direction's great, everything's great
No
about it.
charge.
Just
he insists. You look like you need a break. And then you find yourself on the curb at Boston Common, under thick moonlight, in a city much as you'd left it before.
oh, so there was a story there. I already got it. Let's earn some money. How do we earn money? Oh, get panhandle or look for some work. I don't know what either of those means, so I guess we will look for work. And there was no audio. Every other thing has had a long audio thing with it. So that's interesting. Feeling pretty good today. About today, crows a young man in line with you outside his factory. Feeling pretty good. Today's our lucky day. So this is depression. Shut up, Bill. Every time you say that, nobody's hiring, shouts a man further back in line. Be a cynic or an optimist. I will be an optimist today. Hey, I got money apparently. The door bursts open. We're taking all comers, shouts floor manager. Bill gives you a whoop. I knew it. He crows. You cheer along with Bill. Fuck you, Bill. The cynic shouts. You had nothing to do with this. Whether or not he did, though, you all get paid. So now I have money. Not sure what the money does. Maybe I can go to the train station. Oh, look at that. Whoa, I can get all the way to Detroit? Nice. Right, I could walk to New York. Why would I do that? Let's go to Detroit. Let's make some fine American steel.
The rain is coming down so hard, it's a wonder the sidewalk hasn't started to crack. You manage to find a narrow patch under a ledge where you can stay dry. A squat man, bundled up in a black fur coat and matching hat, approaches. The thick rain flattens and mats his fur. He squints up at you.
You're in my spot.
He crows.
I have to say that the narrator here sounds like it kind of sounds like George Carlin. I don't know. Views from you or give up the spot. I'll give up the spot. Maybe he'll give me a
As
story.
you step aside, back into the rain. You
That's
keep
it?
Now that you see the man from a distance, you're not sure the fur is a coat. A pair of red eyes shine back at you. The rain stops a minute later. You look back up the road, but the squat man is gone.
The red creature in the fur coat in Detroit. All right. So I could try and earn some more money. This is interesting. That was a really fast, no frills transition between cities. Would have been nice to see a quick train moving across the screen or something. I agree. You know, for something that's so atmospheric based, would have been cool to have, you know, something on the train. Maybe that's what they said something about hopping on boxcars, so maybe that would be it. But I mean, if they have that, why not just do the same thing on the train itself? I don't know. Interesting. But it is a quick way to get around. So it's I guess it's kind of their quick travel, which is probably a good idea considering how large the map is and how long it would take you to walk around. Oh, it's the same thing. I wonder, will we get the same result? Let's find out. Cool. So where would this train station take me? Oh, really? That's unfortunate. Well, we got a little bit of money. A store. I didn't even notice that there was a store on the other one. Oh, no. What? Man. Apparently I bought that. I should have bought a glass of wine. I guess I have a $50 left. I don't know what these do. Maybe they give me things, these go into my inventory. But it said I drank it, so I don't know. Let's do PB&J. All right. So now we're way back here in Detroit. Boy, the world is great. It looks fantastic.
The barn and silo have seen better days. One big storm might bring the whole structure down. A man hollers.
Ken? Ken? I know you're here, boy.
He sees you and lopes across the field toward you.
You seen a boy around? About 14?
He sighs.
My boy is missing. I haven't seen him since last night.
He swallows.
He ain't the type to run off, neither. Can you spare a minute to help look? I'm worried sick.
I would assume he would have checked inside the barn. I don't know. Let's check the
You
roof.
climb the ladder and make your way across the roof. A trail of empty beer bottles leads you past a
Uh-oh.
discarded shirt and to the base of the silo.
The 14-year-old got
You
drunk,
climb up.
fell through the roof.
There's a hole in the silo roof, a rupture where rotten wood gave way under something large. You maneuver your way along the edge, keeping your weight off the rotted panels.
Oh, that's sad.
You poke your head inside. He's there, half submerged in the grain. He's been dead for half a day at least. The man's waiting at the bottom of the barn ladder.
Oh boy, that's rough.
Anything?
There's a spark of hope.
What did the
in his
wolf say? He
eyes.
said always the truth, right? So
He
truth.
chokes back a sob.
I told him not to go up there. I told him.
He looks up at the tower, then turns to you, tears tracking down his grimy cheeks.
Why didn't he listen?
Well, that's sad. Wow. Yeesh. Let's look at the map. Where are we at here? Oh, the zoom. Can't. I mean, it'd be nice. If I could zoom a little better. What are those? Trucks? What are those? I think these are the ones on the stories. If I had to guess, right? Because these shapes look like those shapes that are on the main map. So if I had to guess, I'd say like that's one of those shapes. So before we finish, let's see if we can get to one of those things. Where's the campfire? Shoot. Steven said something about it, but I don't see where the big triangles with the wavy thing above them are the campfires. Okay. So let's see if we can find one of those. There's not one around here. Is that what's happening right now? It's also very interesting that they labeled the highways. That's super interesting. Let's see how old it is too, because if it's just 50 and there's no 80, yeah. So this is before the interstate system. So they got that right. That's interesting. So like, is that a campfire? Yeah. Okay, so I guess we'll go this way and see if we can get to that guy. Oh, so which way was that? That'd be southeast, right? Yeah. What's the... Yeah, you can't turn when you're doing this. It's very hard anyway. Columbus. I'm definitely in Ohio. Oh, I gotta go straight east now. Ah. I should be coming up on the guy. I mean, is it Cleveland? Well, let's do the campfire and then we'll go to Cleveland. Oh,
Why,
okay.
hello there. Look like that's a heavy bag you're carrying. Let me get that for you. I insist. You see
Supposed
this
to be a
uniform?
porter.
It means you can trust me to make sure this is the most comfortable journey you've ever had in your life. Who am I? Well, I'm no George, I'll tell you that. But that's not important.
What does that mean?
This trip is about you, friend. Have any optimistic tales? I'd like to hear one of those.
Optimistic. Man. Okay. This is the subject story here. If you tell this person a story about love, for example, they'll tell you something about their own life relating to the subject of love. As night goes, this icon will move left to right. When it reaches, like, this is crazy to me that there wasn't an example of this, like, right when you start the game. Like, there should have been, on that little path with that track, when they set me out, there should have been one story to pick up directly relating to the person that's at the campfire so that you could get this mechanic down. It's crazy to me that I got all this way without doing this. That's kind of weird. All right, so as the night goes on, this icon will move left to right. When it reaches the right side, the night's over, and so is your storytelling. The person you're talking to will usually tell you where they'll be next so you can find them again. Okay. If you tell them a type of stories they request, you'll gain their trust, and the eye will open. When it opens fully, the next time you meet them, they'll open up more about their life. They'll remember this from conversation to conversation, so don't feel you need to open the eye up all the way the first time you meet someone. Dance around, get to know them. So he wanted an optimistic story. Now, is this where... Well, that's sadness, so that's obviously not good. I don't... This was kind of, I think... He wanted a story about love, right? Which this was implied that those two seagulls...
Just like I told you, friend. Miles of smiles.
Interesting. Okay.
If you're looking for family, you know why a porter can treat a passenger better than anyone else? Because when you step on this train, you're family. It doesn't matter who you were before or who you're going to be after you step off. Tell me something that'll make me laugh. I could use a chuckle.
Oh, I don't think I have anything like that. I don't have anything like that. Well, this is unfortunate because I don't... Like, do I lose those stories, or do those stories just stay in my... I don't know, this isn't funny. None of this is funny, but whatever.
That's a tall one. Don't pull my leg, okay? The future? We're making it. There's never been anyone like us Pullman Porters. It's why we have so much pride. We're setting standards for future folks, and we know just how damn high those standards are. Hey, do you know any spooky stories I can share with the boys tonight?
Well, that was a spooky one, right? Let's do that.
Damn, that's a good one. If you got any more like that, you should write them down.
Sorry, I'm trying to take off my shoes.
Worrying about luck?
What?
Well, a porter is as reliable as any piece of machinery that makes sure this train runs on schedule. So there's no need to worry about something like luck. You got any stories with a bit of excitement to them?
I guess you would call that excitement.
Didn't I hear that story on the radio? You told it better, though.
Did it?
Authority. Hopefully people who ride in a Pullman car feel a little of that. It's about more than a train ride. And not everyone knows what it's like to be the boss, to know what it feels like to be skillfully served. Pullman porters give you a taste, so boss George Pullman will know you'll be back for more. Anyway, I'm in the mood for a good happy story. You got any?
No. I mean,
A positive attitude. That's what I like to hear. Love, I try my hardest to put all my heart into my service. But truth be told, I've never seen anything more touching on a Pullman train than a maid who knows how to treat a little baby just right. Another night over. I surely did enjoy all those stories, though. Maybe next time I'll let down my hair a bit. What do you say? You must excuse me, friend. What kind of porter am I saying this trip is all about you, only to start talking about my own damn self? But enough of my indulgences. I hope I see you again.
oh, just down there? Oh, that's not far at all. Awesome. All right, so let's just see what that looks like. Then we'll wrap this up and play Sky's game. So south, huh? So where's my compass? Yeah, there he is, down there. Let's do the little hard to do mini game again. I probably was supposed to get more more stories.
It's a funny thing, someone looking right through you. But don't lie to me, friend. I know you want to know the truth, what it really means to be a porter. Well, I can tell you it's more than making white folks happy. That's just how it's supposed to look. But you go on so long being how you're supposed to, you're not quite sure how to go back to what you are. Though I suppose I can give it a try. Anyway, you must have some funny stories to tell.
I just have the same ones. All right. So this isn't any different. So it looks like you have to go through a bunch of chapters with each person to get them, right? And there's 257 something of these little stories. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I get it, and it's unfortunate because this game is so well done. Everything else about this game is well done except the mechanic, the core mechanic. And this is a good example for my students out there. You know, you must know the core mechanic. You must test the core mechanic to see if it's fun, because all the art and all the audio, sound design, and the writing and everything else that you put on top of it, right? Remember that's the frosting of the cake. The cake itself has to be good, and the core mechanic here, it feels a little like it's falling short, just for my own take. You know, and again, that's just my own personal taste, but that would be my guess as to why it didn't sell as well as it probably, was expected to. Because man, does it look, everything else about it is really well done. And so it's just unfortunate that the core mechanic is a little lacking. Yeah, so if there's anything else that anybody else wants to, pop in about their experience playing the game, I'd love to hear it. I think what I'm going to do now, though, is to switch over to Sky's game. Yeah.
Whew. Another night.
Yeah.
I've got to be going. The next leg
Oh,
of
he
my
goes
trip
back.
takes me along the rail. If we cross paths,
Okay, so give me a second here. I will switch the game capture over. Hmm. Rick's Flicks. We're playing Rick's Flicks. Let's see. Oh, hang on. And switch over. Nope. No. There we go. Okay. Cool. So Sky, we're doing the post Game Jam version. This looks pretty funny already. I love your blockbuster aesthetic, and it's a very odd and interesting sort of theme. It's just bug fix, good. Let's look at the credits here real quick. Oh, you guys had a larger team. Okay. Kaidu Kalansky, which is Sky, and Chuster on the programming. 3D art and lighting is Hipster. 2D art, Sky and Chuster. Sky, you did some 2D stuff, huh? Music SFX was Leaflet. Cool. This looks very well done for Game Jam. Which jam did you do it for? You did the movie genre icons. That's fantastic. I love the it was Bracky's jam. Okay, the CRT television. That's very nice. All right, how to play? Let's look. Click on a tape. Rewind the tape. Be kind. Speed 1x, 2x. The store hours are 11 to 6. Candy increases customer patience. Okay, so I'm going to be working at the video store. Is that what's happening? All right. Oh, okay. First day. Did you do this in Unity? I'm guessing it's Unity. Oh yeah, I already know that because I saw the executables in your data files. All right, so I'm supposed to be rewinding tapes. Oh no, they're stacking up. Ah. Okay, you gotta rewind them. Lasagna the cat, very cute. Oh, I have to wait. Oh no. Hurry up. Oh, there was a double, but I don't know where the double is. Can I move? Lasagna the cat. Where does that go after I rewound it? Oh no. What do you want? What do I do? Give you a tape? You get Lasagna the cat. Oh, okay. Dude, okay, wait, they want things. Oh no, it's not gonna cry hard. Take the damn candy. Take it. Ah ha ha ha, I like that. Take your damn tape. What do you want? A comedy? Okay. Oh no, I'm already gonna waste my tape. Forest dump. Oh man. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Oh no. Can I give him an unwound tape? Oh. Okay. What do you want? A sad movie. Oh, I'm not gonna have that in time. Square brackies. Hurry. We're not gonna make it. Take your damn tape. Get out of here. Oh no. Oh. Oh, there's no way. There's no way. I didn't even see that guy. Ah, she wants a sad movie? Reservoir Frogs. We're not gonna make it. Come on, come on, come on. Take your... Oh, damn it. Okay. that's not right. We're not gonna make that either. Oh, that's the fast rewind. Oh no, I'm in trouble now. I don't remember if this was rewound. What does this guy want? He wants a fighting. I have a fighting. Take your reservoir frogs and get the hell out of here. What do you want? Comedy? Take Force Dump and get out of here. Take Cry Hard and get out of here. This is great for a oh, nice. Oh, angry customers. My score was 325. The goal was 600? Oh my gosh. And that's it? Is that it? It's one day? Four days. So I failed today, and that was it. Each day adds new genres. Also, it gets harder and harder. I couldn't even get through the first day. Yeah, this is great. You guys did a really good job. Was that Bracky's Game Jam? Is it like a ranked one, or was it just for fun and experience? Can play and vote. Yeah, how'd you guys do? My only critique and my feedback would have been that the people are a little like you have to look up at them, so I think putting their wants probably like next to their. Why can't I pick anything up? Uh-oh. No, it's broken. Anyway, that's fine. Somebody come here. Hey, you, come here. Also, this is super unrealistic that anybody would be in a Blockbuster anymore. All right. So the fact that I'm focused down, like on the counters and stuff. So having 109th overall, yeah, you did really very well. It's a very good job. I probably would have put their things like next to them. I know it sounds silly, but just made my focus better, right? Then not focus better. Instead of having to be so up and down, would have been a little bit faster going this way, right? Where I could just look at them and see what they wanted instead of having to look up to see what they want. This is great, though. You did a great job. The aesthetics are fantastic. I like the little. This is what we always do at my studios is add dumb little polish things like that, which is like names on things, and it sounds dumb, but it really adds an extra little flavor to things to have. Like in Steamulator, one of my favorite things when we were making Steamulator was just coming up with dumb alternate, like just like you guys did with fake names for movies, we did fake names for games, and it was just fun just to sit around and like think of dumb names for that stuff. Anyway, yeah, no, this is really well done. I think you did a great job, and obviously with your video thing or your results there, it definitely proved that you guys were did very well at this, especially in 4 days. That's fantastic. Steven's talking about Bracky's is cool. He's closing down production though. The guy's been updating his tutorial channel with new videos for 8 years straight, right? Yeah, he's pretty good at what he does. Those tutorials videos are great. If you talk to Justin though, Justin was a little upset at him. Justin had a tutorial that he created 7 days. Still, it's great. Justin did some tutorial stuff on his channel, and it was odd that I think the content, Justin's tutorial content, ended up exactly the same over on that channel. I'm not accusing him of anything, but it was just Justin was a little miffed about that. Bracky's closing down is sad. A lot of you guys learned a lot of your first Unity stuff, first game dev stuff from that channel, and he's very good. He's very good at explaining things and laying it out there. 8 years of doing something is gonna eventually anybody's gonna want to move on. Although I'd be surprised. I'm kind of surprised because the money's probably really good at doing what he's doing. His channel was extremely successful. So I'm surprised. I'm also kind of surprised they didn't just find a new host, right? Like the rest of the team could have kept going, but they all decided to shut everything down, at least for now. And I think maybe what you might see is him take a break for a little while and then come back to it eventually. Yeah. Anyway, good job, Sky. It's now 2:22, so I think it's a good time for me to shut this down and get on to the other things that I need to do today, and then the other things that I want to do today. A few fun things and a few have to do things. The fun things, I'm testing out some more Pathfinder's 2nd edition characters on the new build that I want to make. So cool. So I will see you guys in 2 weeks. So remember, we'll do our vote on the Discord channel, and you guys can pick out what we all play, so you can jump in and talk about these games as we play them. Remember, it's like, as a designer, you got to keep playing all kinds of new things, testing out builds like this. If you guys want, like all the Game Jam games that people are working on this weekend, maybe we could play those on channel too. I think that would be kind of fun. Micromanagement at the end of next stream. What's micromanagement? Not sure what you mean by that, Steven. Oh, what's this? Okay, hang on, let me pop over. Oh, your Game Jam game. Yes, absolutely. I will, absolutely. I must have, you might have mentioned that in chat and I just missed it. That's probably what happened. So yeah, definitely, I'll download that, and we can take a look at that at the end of the next stream. Cool. All right, thanks, guys. Yeah, yeah, I'll definitely play that. All right, thanks, guys. Good luck working on your projects. I know a few of you are doing the Game Jam, and a lot of you are working on 495 and stuff. So keep up the good work. And yeah, I will see you guys very soon. Remember to vote on our next game before next Sunday. All right. Later.